Hi, I'm Marvin Lieberman. I'm one of the SMS Media Innovations co-editors, along with Matthias Wenzel. Many authors in the SMS journals have been unsure about how to go about creating a video abstract, so Matthias and I thought it would be helpful to put together this brief guide. Now, there are a lot of different ways to make a video abstract, as I'll discuss in a moment. But first, let me encourage anyone who publishes an article in one of the SMS journals to create a video abstract. The very best time is right after your article has been accepted, but you can make video abstracts for articles that have already been published, even those that have been published years ago. There are many benefits to having a video abstract of your article. One is that articles with video abstracts tend to be cited and downloaded more frequently. I did an analysis of this and found that articles with video abstracts are cited about 30 to 35% more often. Papers with video abstracts also get promoted more widely. We now have a site on the SMS website that organizes video abstracts by interest group. It's on the SMS Explorer. Let me give you a little demo. So here's the SMS Explorer site, and we've got video abstracts here. And you see that we've got the video abstracts organized by the SMS IG groups. And let's just go to the first one, behavioral strategy. And within behavioral strategy, the videos appear each with its own little window with the title, the authors. You can click on the corresponding author if you want to send them an email. We've got the video, which could be played in this box or expanded. And we have the managerial abstract. So we've got here a number of video abstracts in behavioral strategy. One thing to note is that there are videos of basically three different formats. One is whiteboard animation. These someone who's drawing on a whiteboard these figures. Another is cartoon animation. And the third is people who are speaking directly into the camera. We've got three videos of that type. Those are the three main ways to create a video abstract, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. A video abstract can be used to widen your audience among researchers, but it can also be used to make your article more accessible to a broader audience of practitioners or students. And indeed, before you start to make your video abstract, you need to decide who you want to focus on as your primary audience. Is it your fellow academic researchers, or is it practitioners or students? Originally, most of the video abstracts for the SMS were designed to promote the article among researchers, and this is still a common objective. If your audience is managers or students, your video abstract needs to be short, between 2 and 5 minutes. If your audience is researchers, you could go a bit longer, but not too much. As I mentioned when I showed you the behavioral strategy IG page, there are a few different modes for creating video abstracts. The simplest way to create a video abstract is to talk directly into the camera, describing the key takeaways of your article with some minimal editing of the resulting video. Now, some people are able to look right into the camera and talk in a compelling way for several minutes. I've never been able to do that. If you can do it, that's great. But if you're more like me, what I suggest doing is getting a partner who will ask you questions to which you respond. So essentially, set up your camera, could be your phone on a tripod, have your partner stand behind the tripod, ask you the questions, and then you respond in a natural way. And if you write the questions correctly, you can edit them out in a way that makes the whole video free-flowing and understandable. Another approach is to narrate and record a PowerPoint presentation. Now, we've all been teaching during the pandemic on Zoom, so we've gotten pretty good at doing this, at recording a Zoom presentation for our students. And I think this is probably the best way to make a video abstract if you want to have slides. It's also a way to include your co-authors in the presentation because they can easily be part of the video. I did try for a couple of video abstracts I made to have the audio recording done directly in PowerPoint so that I could just play the slideshow as a video within PowerPoint and record that. I found that that was not the best thing because PowerPoint is pretty limited in terms of the way it does audio. All the audio has to be in individual slides, and you cannot talk between slides. So if you want to do a PowerPoint presentation, I strongly urge you to do it on Zoom or Teams or something equivalent. It's become increasingly popular to farm out the video production to an outside company who will create a cartoon or whiteboard animation to illustrate a script. If you want to pursue this approach, you might find video abstracts that have been made this way and contact the authors to ask who they hired. I know the cost of this can vary a lot. Some of the production companies, though, are located in low-cost regions, and thus they're less expensive than companies in the US or in Europe. In my view, one of the big disadvantages of using the animation approach is that when you farm everything out, the authors tend not to appear except in some sort of cartoon form. So this leads to the fourth option that I have here, which I think is perhaps the most compelling, which is to combine two or more of these modes, and perhaps ideally using video staff at your university to create the video, or at least to help you create the video. We've given the Video Abstract Award now for several years, and I would have to say that all of the award winners have pursued option 4, and they've had the help of someone at their university. So it's pretty clear that the most compelling video abstracts are mixed mode. They show the authors personally, and they're done with some outside help, not just completely farmed out, but done in close collaboration with the authors. Now, if you want to do this, and I would strongly encourage you to do so if you can get this sort of help at your university, take a look at the interview I did, which is recorded on the SMS site. I did this with Elizabeth Mueller and Caroline Hausler, who made a prize-winning video abstract a couple of years ago with the help of technical production people at their university, the University of Passau in Germany. Now, they effectively combined whiteboard animation with shots of the author speaking directly into the camera and some other nice photos of the town and such. So it came together, I believe, in a pretty compelling, easy to understand sort of way where the main points were clear. In my interview, they made it obvious that this is not the way they started off, that they wanted to create a video abstract essentially for researchers that was far too detailed, but the production people really guided them to make a nice, simpler video abstract that just had a couple of key points. You'll see the same sort of thing in the very first Video Abstract Award that we gave to Maka Moeen and Rashri Agarwal. They also combined whiteboard animation with the authors speaking directly into the camera. So I guess here the very first thing I suggest doing if you're considering creating a video abstract is to check at your university to see if they have some production staff. Now, there's no reason why you necessarily have to do this. It's just I think the very best video abstracts are done this way. Most important thing is to have some kind of video abstract. It's much better to have a basic video abstract than to have no video abstract at all. So just to conclude here, I've covered the main modes of video abstract creation, and I would encourage you to look at some of the examples on the web of video abstracts. Now that you know the main types, I think you're in a position to really judge what kind of video abstract you want to do and look at the details of people who have done it effectively before.